Hi, my name is Dani. Um, I'm starting a blog. I'm starting a blog because why not? I want to document the next 4 years. Hopefully, this will be something that I continue doing for the 4 years or at least a month. The reason why I wanted to start this was because so many things happen in the span of I don't know, even like a week, and it's incredible. And just to think um, that the next 4 years are like a big phase of my life, a big stage of my life. Um, just wanted to document it. Cats napping on my bed. I was born in Monterrey, Mexico, um, and I came to Canada 3 years ago, aiming towards getting into Sheridan's animation program. It has been quite a journey. I I applied in my last year of high school, sort of out of nowhere. I told my parents, like, oh, I'm leaving because I want to study not here. I feel like I need to be somewhere else. And they thought it was a joke, and then it wasn't. So I worked on my portfolio for 2 weeks. I applied, and of course I didn't get in, which is fine because I applied for our fundies and I got in, and and that's how it started. I did early move in to residence at Sheridan. And I came here with my parents. We were tourists for a little bit. We went to the Niagara Falls and we did all this like crazy fun stuff that I, of course, don't have anything on tape. I might show a picture, maybe, I don't know, or a drawing. But, anyways, the day I moved in was pretty chaotic because I didn't know what I was doing, and my parents kept like telling me nonstop, like, oh, don't forget like this, and like you need this, and like groceries, and like things, and please don't forget that you're our daughter, and blah blah blah, etc. And I was pretty overwhelmed back then, so, and I'm always pretty overwhelmed. So I told them to go back to the hotel, and I'll see them the next day. And I thought, I don't know why, but I thought residents provided like at least a little like complimentary like shampoo and like conditioner or whatever soap, but of course they didn't. And a friend, she gave me a farewell present, a little bubble gun, and so I decided to shower with whatever soap that came with. Little did I know that that soap is made out of vinegar for the most part, so that was pretty gross, and I don't even want to remember it. Another thing that happened during the orientation was that I couldn't make friends because like everyone I met was so different to me. It came to a point where I was hanging out with four other people, and we were in their residence room, and we were just like chilling and like eating and like bonding and talking or whatever. And they would be like, "Oh, I really like this like thing." I don't know what they were talking about, but and I was like, "Oh, like I don't really." I'm kind of indifferent towards it, but that, I mean that's cool. It's fine. Oh, but I like this other thing. How do you guys feel about like this other thing? Like, do you guys like it? Have you like heard of it? And they're like, yeah, no, I kind of don't like it. Yeah. And then the girl would be like, you don't like it? I don't like it either. We have so much in common. And then I was just in the corner like, coming here was a fucking mistake. Like not here like to their room, but here to Canada. And like my parents were long gone by then. They like went back to Mexico. So I was pretty much fucked. I had to like really not give in to the bad feels. Oh, my first week of school in art fundamentals was pretty sweet. My section or my class of art fundies turned out to be just what I needed. And yeah, art fundies happened. The whole year of that winter got pretty cold. It's very intense. So yeah, and then I went on to visual creative arts the second year. and that was another fun, interesting experience. I got to meet a lot of different people, different programs. I came to terms with my anxiety because I had anxiety. Oh, they told me that first year. I went to the counselor and uh, um, I took a test, and they were like, "Oh, like you have situational depression because you have anxiety." Woo, bitter, and like all this magic in Mexico is not like mental health is not really a thing that people talk about. It's never gonna happen to me because it's not gonna happen to me. And anxious person. Well, in art fundamentals, I applied for animation again, and I got really close to getting on the wait list, which I mean I didn't get in. And then the year after in VCA, I applied again, and I got a lower score than the year before, and that was pretty brutal. So it's pretty blue months that I had, and then I was like, no, like I need to get better. If I really want this, I need to work hard. So I didn't go back that summer. I didn't go back home that summer. I stayed here. I applied to industrial design, illustration, and animation at Sheridan that year. And the only program that accepted me was industrial design. At a certain point, I was deciding whether to pursue industrial design or animation because I wanna work in stop motion. Um, but I was still like I might want to try one more time to see if I got into animation. So I decided to enroll to the animation portfolio workshop in Toronto, and to work part-time job. I worked at a Mexican restaurant in downtown Oakville because why not? When school started, I was working sometimes at the restaurant, and I was doing APW on Sundays, every Sunday, and I was also trying to get used to industrial design and the people there. At first, I was terrified. Pretty much every other person that I knew was in another building, and I felt so alone at the beginning. It was terrible. Um, that year of industrial design was really great. I thought industrial design had nothing to offer to me, but I was very wrong. Very wrong. The people there, the environment, the way of thinking, and I don't know, it's like a different kind of thing when I guess like things are very similar and like everything connects really. I'm not designing things because they look pretty or they look cool. It's probably something to take away from what I learned in industrial. And yeah, and I was also taking the workshop at the same time, and that was pretty heavy sometimes because there were some days where I was like, I can't go to class. I can't, like, I cannot do it because if I do, I'm just gonna be a complete mess. So I had to apologize again and again to my teachers and be like, I swear I'm not a bad student. Like, I'm sorry. Like, I I promise I can do better. But at the same time, saying the same thing to like my animation portfolio teachers and then to myself and be like, I can do better. I can do better. I can do better. And like really believing it. As the portfolio submission day came closer, I was becoming more of a mess. The year before, when I was in BCA, I was having nightmares every single day. I was just dreaming with the teachers, looking at my portfolio and being like, haha, like she thinks she's gonna get in with this? Huh, that's so funny. So yeah, this year, I did what I could with my portfolio. I ran out of time. I had to recycle drawings that I had. I had to make do with what I had because I also applied to Seneca animation. So I recycled some drawings from Seneca and like I turned them into my drawings for Sheridan and this whole mess. I like it, like whatever you see online with my portfolio, and like, oh, it looks so planned, so well planned out, and like things, like some things are planned out, but some other things I'm like, I don't know what I was doing, and I was really tired. The day before I handed in my portfolio, a friend, she came by. She was gonna stay over, because we were gonna hand in our portfolios the next day, and we were like, yeah, we're gonna go to bed like, like 3 or 4, like, pretty late, but like still a good time to sleep, and we can wake up at 6, and then we get ready, and then we'll be the first in line, blah blah blah, and all this like fancy stuff. We didn't really stop working until minutes before was the last, like the latest you could submit your portfolio. Like, it was crazy. So basically we went in on the second day, and you can hand in your portfolio from 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. I handed in my portfolio at like 10:05. We were both running to hopefully get someone to take it in and be able to grade it. While we were working on our portfolios the night before, there was like more than 10 times that I was like, I'm not gonna make it, like what am I even doing? I knew I was done for. I was like, I didn't make it in this year, so I'm just gonna take that in and live with that and apply next year or something. And we kept working on them. I didn't sleep. Oh, I had like a 20-minute nap, I guess. Whatever, we ran. And then I handed in my portfolio. And then I was crying. I didn't know what was happening. I didn't sleep for so long not for a day, that I was just crying. And then after we handed in our portfolios, we crashed. At the Learning Commons, we slept. It was very uncomfortable because the tables are not made for sleeping, really. We picked up our portfolios. I came back to my apartment. I gave my portfolio to my roommate, and I was like, "Don't let me look at it for the next month. For next month. I don't want to look at it. I don't want to know that it's here. I don't want to think about it. It went well, but other than that, let's not talk about my portfolio, because I would appreciate that if we don't." And then the wait started. And the wait is probably the worst part out of anything ever. I would wake up every day at 7 a.m. and be like, I have to work on my portfolio, but it's like, I already handed it in and we're waiting now. Okay, so I have to like sit back and relax. Which I didn't those 2 years, so I want this month to be healthy. I still need to keep sane because I'm like still working on my industrial design work, and like I can't be all over the place. I can't afford it right now because my sanity is kind of like not at its usual capacity. It's like this much, and I can't right now. And then I started hearing that like people were hearing back from admissions, and I got really anxious. And then I decided that I was going to check once a day in the morning. So I checked one morning. I think it was a Thursday or something. It was a Tuesday. I checked Tuesday morning and nothing. And then I was like, okay, fine. I had a night class from 6:30 to 9:30, and it was brutal because it was 3D modeling, and I was long gone by then. Mentally and physically and emotionally, I was done. Anyways, I checked to see if I had any reply or any change of status, and I saw it. I couldn't believe it. I didn't have any words. I was really tired, honestly. I told to like my neighbors at the class, and they were like, "Oh my god, holy shit, holy fuck," because like the entire year I'd been talking about animation to anyone that I met in like the craft building, just nonstop. I'd be like, oh yeah, I want to apply to animation. I want to do an animation, digital animation, work in my portfolio, animation, this and that, and animation and this and that. Like, I'm so sorry if I made you dizzy with the amount of times I mentioned animation and applying to animation and working on my portfolio. I'm sorry. But yeah, they were freaking out like, holy shit, you got in. Like, what? What? And I told one of my other friends, and then she stopped the entire class to tell the teacher and to announce it, and everyone was like, ah, oh my god. And the teacher like came to my like to in front of me and like shook my hand like, oh, congratulations, like you'll do great, and like all this like wonderful things. And I was still not believing the fact that it was happening. I still don't. It's happening. And yeah, and that was the end of industrial design. Pretty good, decent marks. And then I went back home for a little bit. I came back because I was going to attend Schoolism Life, which was amazing. And I was tabling at TCAF with the comic book making club, Sheridan's comic book club. And that was pretty great. I met Erica Moen, and I'm still like, we met, oh my god. And Abby Howard, and like people that I like. That was really great. Or went back home again for a month, and I spent time with my family, with my dog, with my siblings, with my friends, chilling, kind of pretty much every day. And then I came back here to Canada, and I got offered a spot as a teacher assistant in training at APW in the summer intensive course. And that's 8 weeks of Monday through Friday, 6 hours of drawing kind of thing. So I started that. It was pretty great because I was really happy because I was able to get the rust off my life drawing and my drawing skills. In week 6, I developed like the start of like tendonitis on my thumb, my drawing hand, and that was pretty awful because I thought it was kind of like nothing at the beginning, so I kept drawing and I kept pushing my hand to see if like it would go away, and it couldn't, and it wasn't gonna really go away. So I asked for a week of rest. So week 7 I didn't attend the workshop, and then I came back for the last week sort of because I was like still trying to fix my life. And now we're here. A day before Sheridan orientation. Everyone seems really nice, and yeah, kind of that's it. Kind of, I'm excited to start. I'm really anxious, but mostly excited. I think I am in a pretty good spot in my life right now. I've learned so much the last 3 years of living here in Canada, and I will learn more stuff in the next 4 years that I'll still be in Canada. After that, who knows? My goal is Leica. Let's see if that happens. So the plan is to document a lot of stuff, my Sheridan animation journey from now until it ends, kind of like a peek to Sheridan animation and being an international student and being anxious, among other stuff that I am, that I'll probably talk about later. So yeah, if you're watching this video, thank you. If you're not, that's fine. Yeah, let's get along. Well,